My name is Brennen Volbeda. I'm the Director of Digital Experience and Strategy at PCNA. I'm honored to be kicking us off here today at Grow. I'm also just super excited to be here. It's a terrific event, great venue, great people, and just a really nice size, being a much smaller event than most trade events. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about how PCNA's digital experiences empowers our sales team and distributor partners with the right tools and the right resources to win more sales. My hope is, so that's just kind of a fancy way of saying I'm going to be going over our website strategy and digital strategy. My hope is that by the end of the presentation, you'll have like a nugget or two, whether it's a process change or a new feature to add to the site or a new tool to check out, that you'll be able to go and implement into your own digital strategy. Then at the end, we'll leave some time for some questions, especially in a smaller setting like this. It's always nice to be able to ask questions to the speaker. So to begin with, at PCNA, when we do presentations like this, especially in larger groups, we always begin with a My Why slide to allow the audience to get to know the presenter a little bit more, whether we've got new employees or whatever. So wanted to start that way as well. So I have been married now a little over 11 years, have a wonderful 3-year-old son, live in West Michigan. I actually took the ferry across yesterday. It was a beautiful day to take a boat across the lake and drove 5 hours through Chicago. Often on the weekends, we can be found at my in-laws' small little Lake Michigan cottage with our dog. We have a few cats as well. Love traveling, and I'm a huge Arsenal fan. Professionally, I went to college at Calvin in Grand Rapids, then spent around 10 years in the hand tool and home improvement industries at Tecton and JS Products, working with brands like DeWalt and Cobalt. Then the last few years I've been at PCNA, and it's going pretty well. Earlier this year we won a few awards for our website, which was pretty cool. So what is PCNA? PCNA is a leading North American promotional products supplier. We are the company that actually puts the logos and artwork on items. We have hundreds and thousands of decoration machines, from laser etching machines, printing machines, embroidery, and more. And we're the ones that are actually putting the logos on the items that you have that have your company logo on them. We are the leading supplier in drinkware and bags, and do a little bit in apparel, but not brand that was started by Wayne Gretzky, Derek Jeter, and Missy Copeland. It's like Lululemon level type, Lululemon type quality. But we also just partner with a bunch of other cool brands. Most of them are exclusive to us, like Camelback, OXO. We've been getting into the home goods type products, Thule, and then my personal favorite is Bellroy. Do a lot in tech as well, partnering with like Sony and Bose. Just kind of some numbers about PCNA. We have about 79 brand partnerships. Saw a few on the last slide. We have around 2,300 products that we sell. From now until the end of the year, we're going to be releasing around 500 additional products. So that will be a significant amount of work in the next 3 months. We do over 600,000 decorated orders a year, which means we touch 600,000 pieces of art a year. Selling a product is one thing, but selling it decorated is much more challenging. Your artwork needs to be able to go on the item that you picked. It needs to be able to be used on the method that was picked without having bad fill or bad printing done on it. So the number one reason for order holds that we have is bad artwork. It's a significant reason why orders get delayed. We have 7 North American locations. We have over 60,000 distributor partners, and a little bit on the website side. We get 85,000 sessions on our site per week and 80,000 website searches. A little bit more on PCNA. Environmental and social impact is a huge part in our business, and we have a whole initiative around it called Proud Path. All of the brands that we partner with now have some kind of Proud Path angle to them, whether it is eco products or a social product. We do a lot with recycling. We plant a lot of trees, just had a planting event last week. And we have over 600 products that fill this, meet the criteria for Proud Path, and continue to add more. In 2023, we had around 24% of our revenue as Proud Path. In 2024, we're on pace to pass 30%. We also sell into a lot of Fortune 500s. We sell into most of the Fortune 500 companies, and eco and social initiatives are super important to them. So our initiative here plays well into Fortune 500 type companies as well that require environmental and social impact. On decoration, environmental impact and eco-friendliness isn't just on the product. You probably haven't even thought about the ink that's printed on your water bottle, but we do. And the waste that could potentially be from the ink that's used. So we've got a really great group of decoration engineers who spend a lot of time improving and working on advancing our decoration techniques and eliminating waste around that area as well. Just inherently in the promo space as well, there's just a waste component, because like you go to an event, you get things, you get swag, you don't need the 12th tumbler, so you just leave it or donate it to Goodwill. So just kind of inherently we think about that a lot as well in our industry. But enough about PCNA and myself, let's switch to some fun stuff. When I look into a new company, I'm always super interested in what tools are in their tech stack, so I'm always inspecting their site, looking in the head section, and looking in the source section to see what tools they use. So here I've done that work for you guys on PCNA. This is most of our tech stack. You'll see right in the middle, Znode. Of course, that's why I'm talking to you today. We use Znode and Artify. And it's really the center of what we do with creating digital experiences for our customers. Tracking, we use Google Analytics 4. We track over 100 events that happen on our website. It's pretty robust implementation of Google Analytics 4. We're regularly adding and improving on our tagging and tracking. Because of how many events we track, we do have a paid version of GA4. Mouseflow is a heat map tool, really useful. Used it yesterday morning to send something to our executive team. They love that. They love that tool to be able to see exactly where people are clicking. We've compared it with things like Clarity, which is a free version, and Clarity just doesn't track nearly to the level as what Mouseflow does. Qualtrics, we use this for overall marketing feedback, but also website feedback, and it tracks our CSAT and CES scores as well on the website. When I started at PCNA, our scores were around the low 3s, and they're now around 4.2, 4.25. So we've really improved how customers perceive and think about our website. BugHerd. This is probably my favorite tool. If you've not heard of it, it is a tool that allows stakeholders to mark specific website feedback right on the website. So a few ways we use it. I've given it to our entire executive team. My boss really likes to use it, so she'll go and point something out on a page that she doesn't like, and I've set up a little workflow using Zapier that when she creates some feedback, it sends me an email that says, hey, high priority BugHerd ticket has been submitted, you might want to go check that out and get it resolved. But we also use it with our product team. They like to give us feedback on our website, so we've given them access to BugHerd. They can go directly to a product. They see a description they don't like, they can mark the description, say, hey, can you add this feature into the description? It then gets tracked into BugHerd, but we've created an integration with Airtable. Airtable is our marketing team's project management software. So now that ticket goes right into Airtable, into our normal workflow process, where someone can go then address that feedback from the PD team, and then close it out into Airtable, and then the PD team member automatically gets notified that their feedback has been closed as well. So kind of just a nice integration loop and workflow there. We are doing a lot of things with AI, as you probably would imagine. We won't talk about tons of them at the moment, but we have a partnership with OpenAI, hoping to get some integration there into Airtable to do some generative product content creation. And then Python is there because we have some AI models that I'll be talking about in a little bit. SEO is not really something that's too important to us, but we still focus on it a little bit. And my two favorite tools are Ahrefs and Streaming Frog. But for us, most of our customers just come directly to the site, or they're coming from third-party platforms that we're advertising on. A lot of our organic traffic are end users, and end users can't really do anything on their site. Most things are hidden behind login, and you need to be a promotional product distributor in order to buy from us. So end users are not a target for us. But we still focus on things like Ahrefs. It's a keyword tool. When I started at PCNA, we were using the wrong form of duffel. We were using the British version, which only gets about 3,000 searches a month in the US, instead of the English version, which gets around, I think, 90,000. So we made changes like that to make sure we're using the proper version of the word. Then we also have Salesforce and Marketing Cloud. We'll talk a little bit more about that and how that integrates into our full website experience. And then last, we are a promotional product company. Artwork and putting logos on items is very important to us, so we use Artify to leverage that experience on the website. And that tool is only going to become more useful for us. At the end of next week, we're releasing a huge feature that we've been working on called Proof. It's a proofing tool. For most decorated orders, you need to have a proof that gets approved before the order goes and actually gets decorated. So now we're going to be having this whole proof experience right from the website that's driven by Artify. Onto the website. We work in sprints. Every 2 weeks, we release new features to the site, typically around 15 user stories or so. So we're chugging along, really improving the site every few weeks. On the homepage, our A spot that we call it, our main banner, gets around 800 clicks per week. We update it about every 2 weeks or so. You'll see the tools, services, and knowledge center. Those are the main drivers for our distributors and sales team members to go and get tools and services and what they need to be doing. That used to be just one button last year. At the start of the year, we updated that to be 3 buttons, and since then, the clicks on those links has increased by 25%. You'll see the trending searches bar there. We also added that at the same time. We split out the tools and services links into 3. The trending searches allows us to showcase products and services that we really want highlighted. And it is a feature that was really successful. Gets around 700 to 1,000 clicks per week, and they're net new clicks. They didn't take away from our main banner. They didn't take away clicks from other links in the header or search as well. So that trending search feature was a really great way for us to get clicks into specific areas on our site that we wanted people going to. Search is a huge part of what we're doing. I mentioned earlier we get 80,000 searches a week. We spend a significant amount of time managing our search results for the top 30 to 50 searches on our site. And this is an area that I think Znode is really strong in. It allows us to boost items and parameters for things that we want boosted, like deep inventory. Does an item have a lot of inventory? Well, we want to show that higher. Is it a Bellroy item? Well, we want to show that item higher. So Boost and Berry, we spend a lot of time on that. You'll see our search is unique. It's not just a keyword search. We also include a quantity and price range filter as well. This is super important in our industry, where an opportunity often is something like this. You've got a end customer who has a 5,000 person event. They want to get a drinkware piece for everyone there, and their price range budget is between $15 and $20. So the distributor or sales team member can go in and put those parameters in and instantly get the results to the items that fit the criteria for the opportunity, and then can drill down from there to find the exact items that they want to present to the end customer really quickly. Then kind of my nugget from B2B Online earlier this year, you'll see this like drop-down merchandising section on the site. We added that just a few weeks ago. That was an idea I found out, saw at B2B Online, and I was just like, wow, I can't believe I didn't think about adding that sooner. Our site gets 80,000 searches a week. Now we get 80,000 views a week on this new merchandising container that's done as a content container, so we can tailor it to specific customer tiers, different services and offerings and links. So far, it's getting some good clicks since it's been released. Our product detail page is probably our most important page on our website. 78% of our sessions include a visit to our product detail pages. So per week, that's around 65,000 sessions that get to our product detail pages. That's up from 72% last year. So a good little increase getting down to the product detail page. And this is where we really need to have all of the tools and details for a product that a distributor or sales team member needs to sell this product. So in the last year and a half, we've spent a significant amount of time beefing up these pages and adding details to them, adding tools to them to be able to provide to our sales team and distributor partners. Ordering samples is really big in the promo space. You want to get a sample to the end customer to see that item, and ordering a spec sample, seeing a decorated one. While we don't push it on the website, sample ordering on the website is up pretty substantially this year and is outpacing our offline sample growth. You'll see there, I created a virtual on this page. So you see the PCNA logo that's rendered there using the Artify tool. Check inventory is our second most used feature on the site. Inventory is a huge factor in the promo space. Our distributors need to know that we have the inventory for the particular item that they want before they're placing an order. We often see distributors come back to this 2, 3, 4 times before they actually place the order because they want to make sure we still have those 5,000 pieces of drinkware. You'll see we've got deep inventory callouts here. This was a feature that was added right around the time I joined PCNA, and it's just an easy way for us to show to people, hey, this item has deep inventory, it has a lot of inventory, and probably can fit your needs for large orders. Shortly after we released this feature, other suppliers started to add it to their site as well. PCNA is a leader in our space, so a lot of what we do on our website often gets copied by other suppliers. One update that we did here recently was on the next shipment area. We added showing multiple incoming. This is a slightly old screenshot that doesn't show more, but now we have multiple incoming. I've seen one is upwards of 5 additional POs showing there. And then you'll also see that we've got like a search. A lot of times, like someone's opportunity might not be for 2 months, so they want to make sure in 2 months we'll have that inventory. All right, if you're like me and need to get your executive team signed off on projects, kind of for us, we have a yearly budget for website development. Then every quarter, I go and present to our executive team on the 3 or 4 or 5 main projects that I want to work on for that quarter. Each of those projects, I have some kind of set expected incremental revenue or benefit from those projects, and get sign off from the executive team. This feature, the order calculator, was one that we presented last Q3. that got approval from the executive team. It was based on feedback that we got that quoting and figuring out total order cost is challenging. A user could go and configure an order and get their total quote, but you've got things like run charges, you've got things like setup charges and other fees. So just getting to an end quote is a little bit tricky. So we built this tool in one sprint, and we released it last October. Didn't think it was going to drive significant revenue or use, but immediately we saw it getting used over 1,000 times per week. And it's only grown since then. Because it was so used, we thought, all right, we should probably add some additional features there. But part of my problem is actually only around 3% of our total sales are run through our website. So I can project some incremental revenue from features that I'm doing, but because conversions don't actually happen on the site, it's incredibly hard for me to go and justify and say, all right, I thought this feature was going to drive $1 million in incremental revenue when those sales aren't actually happening on the site. So to figure out a solution there, earlier this year, we were already partnering with a company to do another AI project. We partnered with them to build out a robust attribution model. They already had access to our sales data. We gave them access to our GA4 data. Earlier, I mentioned we track over 100 actions. Now, we've got this really robust attribution model that with each of those actions that happen on the site, we know the revenue that's generated with it and the conversion rate for those, the amount of events that happens in a conversion. Significant amount of details I've blurted out because obviously that's proprietary, but and confidential. But you can see like the list of actions that we're tracking and the different parameters at the top on what we're getting. So now I can say, oh, actually this feature that I thought was going to drive X amount in revenue is actually driving 6 times the amount that I expected. So now I can actually go to my executive team and say, this feature is driving this amount in revenue. This feature is driving this amount in revenue. It's been a really big boost for us to really show the value of the website, because to us, the website is a pre-sales tool. It's not where customers are actually placing their order. And from this model, we've actually been able to see that from the first 6 months of the year, around 50 to 70% of overall PCNA sales can be attributed to some website action or event. So this has become really important for us. From there, we took it a step further. We now know what actions convert to an order. So we've built a predictive model. And the last 7 days of someone's actions on the site, we hit, oh, this person did the actions that we think they're going to place an order, or these people aren't. So that's integrated right into Salesforce. We built a robust product recommendation model from the same details, where by account we now have a really robust product recommendation that we have. And that also just integrates right into Salesforce for our sales team and customer service team to be able to use. And we've got additional plans for this data. But that really kind of shows our integrated strategy from the website, from the predictive model, from high value actions like the order estimator tool, that if those events then get recorded in Salesforce, if that account has a rep, those are creating MQLs for the rep to be able to follow up on. If the account doesn't have a rep, we have Marketing Cloud, and it's our marketing automation tool. So we have some journeys that are then sent out depending on the specific events that the user has done on the site. So now we've got this really nice fully integrated strategy of website action into the CRM, into some kind of follow-up action. It's become a proactive approach. We know when there's an opportunity versus a reactive approach of waiting for an opportunity to come to us. Switching gears here, we've got a tool that we launched earlier this year in January called Give Select. We launched this on the B Stores platform, and it is a event and gifting platform for short-term pop-up type type events. We're getting around 1,000 orders per day with these types of stores. And the real key differentiator for us is the personalization that we're able to do. Not only can we put someone's logo and artwork on an item, we can actually put names on an item. So like my water bottle here actually has my name on it. So if you're at an event with 50 other people and you all have the same water bottle, now you've got your name on the water bottle as well. That's enabled through our print-on-demand business. Print-on-demand allows for onesie type orders. Decorating an item is challenging. Decorating and personalizing an item is extremely challenging, but our print-on-demand business allows us to do that at scale. Event stores are also super interesting. One store, you might have a water bottle be the most ordered item. Another store, you might have a backpack being the most ordered item. So it gives the users the choice. Rather than going to an event and everyone getting a water bottle, you can select the item that you would rather have, rather than just getting the water bottle and donating it or something like that. This really has become another tool for our distributors to sell to their end clients, really enabling that B2B2C or B2B2B model. Tons and tons of different use cases, like employee onboarding, employee recognition, gifting stores, just lots of different use cases that this enables our distributors to be able to sell to the end customers. And store setup is super easy. You can have a store set up in 5 minutes and running. You kind of see a little bit of the setup process on the right there. Or if the distributor doesn't want to do it, we can either do it or the end client could get access to it as well. And these stores also can be really any size. We've had some just 5, 10, 15 users. There's minimums that you have to meet, but you can have small stores. And we've had massive stores. We've had one that has had 50,000 users on it. So there's really a wide range of scale that can be done with these types of stores.